Tomorrow, a judge will decide whether or not crew members from the Dali cargo ship will be allowed to leave the United States.
That's 3 months after the collapse. Several crew members are planning to leave and go back to their home countries. But as Fox 45's Jessica Babb is showing us tonight, the city of Baltimore trying to stop that from happening. She joins us live now with the very latest. Jessica?
So the city of Baltimore has filed this lawsuit against the owner and manager of the Dali. The case is currently working its way through the legal system, but in the meantime, with short notice, Baltimore city officials just found out some of the crew members on the Dali could be leaving the country. Attorneys for the city say if this happens before they have a chance to question them, they could lose out on information crucial to the case. From the Key Bridge collapsing,
the whole bridge just fell down,
to this case heading to the courtroom, with Baltimore City suing the companies connected to the cargo ship, accusing them of negligence. A judge is set to decide Thursday whether crew members from the Dali have to stay in the United States or can go home to India and Sri Lanka.
We'll have to wait and see, if there is actually any authority to detain these persons any longer.
The Dali lost power, crashing into the Key Bridge at the end of March. According to court documents, on April 12th, this email was sent from attorney William Bennett, now representing Synergy Marine and Grace Ocean Private Limited, the manager and the owner of the Dali. The email saying if crew members have to leave the ship, they will give everyone as much notice as possible so arrangements can be made to preserve their testimony. But then, all of a sudden on Tuesday, with 2 days' notice, Bennett sent this email saying with a replacement crew on the way, certain crew members could be leaving by June 20th. He says the crew members were interviewed by the Department of Justice and they didn't object to them leaving. Bennett adding their request for temporary parole, allowing them to stay in the country, was denied by the U.S. Coast Guard. The email also saying even if depositions did happen, the crew members likely wouldn't talk. Daryl Wilson, a spokesperson for Synergy Marine Group, says,
as it stands right now, a portion of the crew are scheduled to return home, and the remaining part of the crew are going to stay here and continue assisting with the investigation.
But the city of Baltimore is pushing back, writing this letter to the judge saying the crew members have critical knowledge of the case, and if they're allowed to leave the U.S., they may never have a chance to question or depose them.
I certainly think that they should have let them know sooner.
Attorney Kurt Nachman, who isn't part of the case, says the move raises questions.
You do have to wonder whether or not it was a delay tactic or a tactic to obfuscate accountability for the individuals who were involved. U.S. District Judge James Bredar responded with this order, saying it's not clear if the court has authority to stop the crew from leaving the states, but says with the turn of events, they'll hash it out in a hearing. The judge basically said, well, nobody's pointed me to any authority that would allow me to force these people to stay in this country. But the judge is balancing that with the fact that obviously there are individuals that need to be deposed, right, that need their testimony preserved. And if they disappear to their country of origin, you may never see them again. But as crew members' travel plans were put in place, I asked Daryl Wilson with Synergy Marine Group why city officials weren't given more notice. While he wouldn't talk about the lawsuits or the legal issues, he says
the crew members have been participating and fully cooperating from day one with the authorities.
It is important to note that the court doesn't have the same authority in civil cases as it does in criminal cases. I've reached out to the attorneys representing the owner and manager of the Dali. So far, I haven't heard back. Again, that hearing is scheduled for 10 a.m. tomorrow. Live in Baltimore, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.